Hello guys, MikuChibi here, welcome back to another Sword Factor, and you can see we have the part 2 of the collab Sword Line with Tensura. And if you have seen my previous video, I did mention we are getting 2-part banner like usual. Always collab, we always get a 2-part banner. For example, we had for Persona 5 2-part banner and Teleseries 2-part banner. So we have now the 2nd part banner, and we have 4 new skills that we'll take a look and see what they do. Now, short about the banner, you can see that is a step up banner, of course, and this one doesn't show us all the steps. It shows us step 1, step 3, and step 5, meaning they are hidden in step 2 and 4 because there's nothing special about it. Short about the banner, step up banner with step 1 you have vision of, and step 2 and 4 it will cost you 2,500 content with no additional drop rate or something. And step 3 you are guaranteed to get a random 4-star, not guaranteed one of these, use the random 4-star. And then step 5, if you can reach there, you are guaranteed one of these. You have 25% chance to get that. And the 4 new skill, we can see that we have Asuna and Asuna together, that's cooking, and they are link skill. Millie and Silica playing with Pina, and they are chain skill. Then we have Shion and Yuuki doing their battle or resuming the battle, also a chain skill. And then last one, Benamaru and Lisbeth is a link skill. So 2 new link skill and 2 new chain skill. And of course, it also had the 6% drop rate with easy bait. The duration of this banner is kind of less duration compared to part 1. This one lasting just 2 weeks, 15 days, so you have until the 3rd of January. So you have less time to think about this banner if you want to follow this one or not. And the first skill we will take a look is the Asuna, the Flash and Maiden Asuna. We have Rapier skill, hope you like skill animation, okay. 18 SP, Frozen Holding, 40 second cooltime, 70 switch gate, and 48 breakage, not bad. It does 2500% damage for hitting a target, Shine Force 4, Holloman damage 3% for 50 seconds, that's good, and Enhanced Frost 2, damage done to enemy weak to frost 20% for 20 seconds, not bad, that's pretty good. And then for link skill, when you are in the link state, you are getting more skill power, and also when you activate it, your whole element damage will deal 3%, only for link skill. And then if you reach level 100, while the debuff raises damage on taking into effect, attack power will increase by 1%. Basically, you need like Picky Descent, for example, is a debuff, but at the same time also a buff. If you have that on, you will receive that 100, but you also need to reach level 100. This one can be really nice support skill, of course, because of the whole buff and also more damage when using frost element damage. So it's a really good support skill, but at the same time, if you want to make a DPS, you can also use that if you are linking more link skill, can be really good. And then we have Ruler of the Black Flame Lisbeth. This is a mace skill. Skill animation, you guys ready? Okay, that is a interesting skill animation. 18 SP, Blunt and Dark, 40 second cooltime, 49 switch gate, 60 brigade. Not bad. It does 2340% damage single target. Small mark, debuff. The next attack and receiver will induce 1.5 damage. Okay, it's good, but I wish it was a mark. Use a normal mark. Then you have Enhanced Blunt 2, damage done to enemy weak to blunt 20% for 20 seconds, that's a good buff. And then we have link skill, same as Asuna, you are getting dark element damage 3%, and if you reach level 100 with link skill, you are getting 1% attack against enemy with a debuff, mark, small mark, depth mark, erosion, and slash destruction. So basically this thing here, so it's kind of guaranteed. Pretty good effect. Can be really nice as a damage dealing mace skill if you want that in your dark mace DPS set. But you can also use it as support or give it to Kohara if you don't have any mark. And next one we have Silica. This is kind of surprising. We already had Silica on part 1 and she is getting another one. And I believe this will make her 2nd limited skill. So now she has 2 limited skill and both of them are in this collab. So we have double Twintail Silica with Power Rise, Enhanced Attack, and Auto Sword. Alright. So Power Rise 4, it gives you a flat narrow attack. Pretty good. Enhanced Attack 4 give you additional 15% attack. Pretty good as well. And then we have this one, Auto Sword 4. This one gonna be really bad for Sword build because they are reducing defense by 5%. That is not good. And also during the effect, the buff increase max HP. Mostly usually Axe has that. Attack and damage minus 9% when using normal attack. This one is actually pretty good because most of Power Rise they have, like for example, if you have max HP buff, reduce your damage, general damage, or reducing your crit damage, or reducing your non-limit damage. This one is only focused on normal damage, and normally you don't even use normal attack. You only use normal attack to increase your gauge, but your main damage is always from the skill. So this is a not bad Power Rise 4. This is a pretty good one. I consider this one one of the few good Power Rise 4. And when you activate the chain state, deals 5% fire element damage to enemy. So this one gonna be really good synergy if you have the full burst Silica from the part 1. So these are pretty good. And last one, we have the Evil Demon and Legendary Sword Yuuki. These are sword chain skill. My blade serves anything skill animation. Okay. 26 SP, such water, 40 second cooldown, 86 switch K, 48 breakage. Not bad. It has 2550% damage single target. Aqua Pal buff, water element damage, 1% per stack, 3 stack for 20 seconds. And if you use a switch, you are gaining 9 stack instead of 3, which is pretty good, especially in late game if you're farming floor 8 and 9. Mostly the end game players. This can be really good if you're missing a chain skill that can apply water element damage. This one can be really good. You gain 50% water element damage when using water skill, pretty good. And then 1000 attack while buff raise water damage instant effect. So you just need to apply the Aqua Pal buff, then you will receive the 1000 attack. So pretty easy. So this one is gonna be a really good support skill, especially in a water build if you have that. And we have the Evil Demon Legendary Sword Yuuki is a sword skill with high damage multiplier increase after limit breaking, which is this one. You don't really need to use Unite on this one. This is used as support. You only want the water element buff, that's all, not the damage. You don't really care about that. Save your Unite for something else that is more worth it. So overall, all 4 skills, they are really good. Link skill is pretty good, and the chain skill, support skill, they're also really good. Especially if you're currently trying to run the Silica full burst dagger, if you have that one. Maybe yet this one can be also additional really good. I mean, you're also getting 5% more fire damage, which can be great. The drop rate for this one, not best of course. You have 6% with 0.325% chance to get one of the feature. Set 3, you will have lower chance. If you go here for the guaranteed, you have in total 22% chance, or roughly 22% chance to get the one of the featured, and then 78% chance to get non-featured. And step 5, you will have guaranteed one of featured. So 25% chance to get one of the skill you're looking for. You see here. And now the question is this bad and what to summon? It really depends what you have and need. My recommendation, if you have not summoned on part 1 and you're just waiting for the part 2, my recommendation, summon this one. This one has a little bit more value. One of the reasons is because Silica, it is pretty good full burst. If you want to main dagger, it can be a really nice start. Only requirement is that you need a large Silica skill. If you don't have that, well, I guess you have to wait for her birthday, or if you're gonna release a Silica banner like for special occasion, then that banner gonna be really good. Hikaru gonna be the same as Yuuki. Both of them are chain sword skill, one for fire and one for water. Kirito has really good value because he's an angry Kirito, really good in an endgame build and gonna be really useful in the future as well. So if you're a new player and want to progress through the game and want to play this long term, this passive gonna be really good. The passive gonna guarantee you a long term. And then we have Argo, can be really good in a spear build if you're building that. If you haven't summoned for part 1 yet, make sure to do that first before you move on to part 2. Now the skill, all these 4 skills, they're gonna be really good, and the question is how good they're gonna be in the future, how long can they hold. For chain, we're gonna have a large chain, they're gonna keep releasing chain. We're gonna have some skills that are kind of similar. For example, we'll have a chain Power Rise 4, the Asuna, the Sandstorm Asuna. That one focuses on holy, but this one focuses on fire, so we can think about that. Silica can be really nice if you plan to run with the full burst Silica, then this one is a must. For Yuuki, we will have more chain skill that's focused on water element damage. So getting Yuuki is for a specific scenario. For example, if you don't have a water chain skill and you want to mid-max your water damage, then getting Yuuki can be nice. But in the future, once they release another sword water chain skill, that one gonna act the same as Yuuki. So it really depends if you really want it right now, or if you already have a sword chain skill, then you don't really need this one. For link skill, this one is debatable. It really depends how you want to use it. Link skill, they can be really good, especially if you know how to play around it during the link state. Asuna gonna be really good in a holy build, of course, but they will keep releasing more link skill. They will release something similar that had the same effect as Asuna. So it can be easily replaced, or maybe in the future they're gonna release more stronger link skill that can be outperform this one. So you can keep it in mind. Same go for Lisbeth. The only disappointing is that Lisbeth gives you 1.5. it is good, but if you have something that provide 2x damage, it is much better. Only issue is that small mark and mark, they don't stack. So if you're engrave and you're using this one, they don't stack, they can't synergize. So that is the downside. Like, which one prefer? Do you prefer getting a buff that gives you 1.5 damage, or do you prefer a buff that gives you a 2.x damage? And most of the people will say 2x damage because that is double damage, 1% increased damage. Meanwhile, this one only gives you 3% increased damage. I kind of disappointed with Lisbeth, that's all, but it's still fine. If you don't have a mark, you can still use it. So it is up to you what you want to summon. Will I summon on this one? Of course, I will try to see if we can get Silica for the Silica build. Other than that, if you have not summoned for part 1, make sure to do that. This one has more value, of course. And after that, if you got the skill that you want from part 1, then you can move on to part 2 if you need any specific skill. But if you have a skill that kind of similar, act the same way this skill do, then you can pretty much skip this banner. This one is not like must pull. This is only for people that want to collect limit skill, that's all. So yeah, that's for me. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Take care now, and bye bye.